Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Kiger, and welcome back to the final. That's right, the last part of the PlayStation 2 collection. Most of the games here today are going to be sort of licensed games, a bit of everything here. But without further ado, let's jump into it, and at the end I'll do a little bit of a overview. Starting off with the awful Charlie's Angels. Considered to be one of the worst games on the PlayStation 2. As is the same with Lassie by Blast. Anything with the name Blast on it is not worth your time. They just took old IPs and made video games of them. Some Terminator game. We have Terminator Dawn of Fate. This is kind of like a Resident Evil meets Terminator, if I remember correctly. And then we have Terminator 3 The Redemption. I remember playing this quite a bit on the GameCube, thinking it was awesome. Unfortunately, the game isn't that amazing, but again, Terminator games are hit and miss. Mostly miss. Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. This was an FPS game. Again, you gotta love Terminator movies. Then we have kind of a rare game, Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. This is basically Devil May Cry with Nightmare Before Christmas. The gameplay is pretty much Devil May Cry. Oogie's Revenge. It's kind of a hard game to find, so you might have to search a little bit for this one. It's not overly expensive. You're looking about, I paid £8 for it. It's not the hardest game out there, but it is a little bit more on the rare side. Then we have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Comes with some iToy features. And the Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. If you're a fan of Quidditch, there was a game just built for you. Then we have NBA Hoops. Shaquille O'Neal on the front there. Kind of looks a little bit like NBA Jam or something. We have Rocky, based on the movies. I remember it being pretty bad, but then we have another horrible game by Blast, Charlotte's Web. Why they needed to make a game of Charlotte's Web is beyond me, but you know, what do you expect? Die Hard Vendetta. I remember playing this on GameCube. It's an okay game. It had multiplayer modes. It's not the best game, but just imagine something like GoldenEye or something like that. It's sort of similar to that. Dr. Dolittle, another horrible game. Then we have one of the few limited editions I do have, and that is the King Kong. Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. This is the limited edition steelbook. Comes with a bonus DVD and limited game art. Kind of it's a decent game. It wasn't a bad game. It's one of the few decent licensed games. But this edition, I don't know how rare it is, but it's one of the few limited editions I have on PS2. Alvin and the Chipmunks. This is basically a rhythm game based on the movie. Fight Club, a awful game. It is not worth your time at all. Say what you want about the movie, the game is awful. Wallace and Gromit: Curse of the Rare Rabbit. I'm kind of confused because this game says it has 2 players, but I have no clue how to unlock the 2-player mode. I love Wallace and Gromit, don't get me wrong. Then we have one of the best licensed games out there, The Warriors. This game is actually quite rare in some places around the world, but in the UK it's not too hard to find. Luckily I got it when it was cheap for only £2, but I imagine the price has gone up since. It's a really decent sort of beat 'em up made by Rockstar. This game is warranted for a remake for sure. Underworld, The Eternal War. Again, say what you want about the movie, but I used to love playing this game back in the day, man. Twin stick shooter, co-op. I used to love this game. We have Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. there is a new Indiana Jones game coming by Bethesda at some point, so I'll be interested to see how that one works out. Minority Report, Everybody Runs. I think it's based on a movie. Then we have Rocky Legends. This is another Rocky game. It's cool if you like the Rocky movies because there's so many characters to play as, but they're not the best games. Then we have the Lord of the Rings trilogy. We have Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and Return of the King. Return of the King is often considered to be one of the best licensed Lord of the Rings game. I'm going to be honest, it's very good, but I wouldn't say it's amazing. It's not the best game you ever play. It's a decent game, don't get me wrong. It is worth playing, especially if you've got a friend to play it with. But it is, I don't know, man. You know, Lord of the Rings does have a decent selection of games, so... Then we have the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, an absolutely awful game. The only reason I really wanted to play this game as a kid was because of the big battle mode at the end, but I never made it that far. The Da Vinci Code, I'm guessing it's sort of like a adventure game. Stuart Little 3's Big City Photo Adventure. I love the movies, but I don't know how good this game is. A horrible game, Beverly Hills Cop. This game is awful. You know, you'd think a movie about a game based on a pretty awesome movie would be awesome, but it's really not. As is the same with the Scorpion King. The game is pretty bad. I think the Scorpion King is actually part of the Mummy series. I think it's like a prequel to the Mummy. Speaking of the Mummy, we have the two Mummy games, Returns and Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. I actually like the third movie. As for the games, they are pretty bad. Especially this Mummy Returns, awful game. And then we have the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. The Italian Job, LA Heist. I never actually watched the Italian Job movie. This was a game based on the remake. I remember playing the game a little as a kid, thinking it was an okay game. But yeah. And then the other Lord of the Rings game is The Third Age. This is basically a Final Fantasy clone. It's not that bad, actually. If you like those sort of turn-based games, it's not terrible. Then we have Jaws Unleashed, one of the few shark games on PS2. You can actually go around as the shark from Jaws and just go crazy and kill everyone. Bad Boys 2. I wanted to like this game, but it's not that great, unfortunately. Another horrible game by Blast, Babe. Again, horrible game. As is the same with Home Alone. This is an awful game, and it has nothing to do with Home Alone. In fact, the character looks nothing like Macaulay Culkin. Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. I've heard good things about this game, actually. I've heard it's not too bad. Could be wrong. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, based on the reboot movie, Tim Burton one. Mission Impossible Operation Surma. Hope it's better than the PS1 Mission Impossible game. Starsky and Hutch. This has a cool co-op mode where one person drives, one person shoots. Probably a pretty fun co-op game. Another long lost forgotten movie, The Golden Compass by Sega. Then we have the two excellent Enter the Matrix games and Path of Neo. Say what you want about the movies, but these games are awesome. I absolutely loved these growing up. They don't hold up amazingly well. They're pretty fun, don't get me wrong, but you know, they're a little rough around the edges, but for the time these were awesome games. Just so much fun to, you know. Men in Black 2 Alien Escape. It's like a shooter. And then we have Eragon, another movie. I've heard that Eragon is meant to be coming back. Zephora, this is basically futuristic Jumanji. And then the last 6 here we have Unreal Tournament, the only Unreal game that came out on the PS2. Unreal Championship with the Xbox version. Turok Evolution, a pretty decent game. It's a little bit different in the Turok series, but pretty fun. Urban Chaos, another pretty cool, brutal FPS game. Area 51, another really awesome game from the PS2 library. Quake 3 Revolution, of course, the original on the Dreamcast. And the last one is a game that I absolutely adored growing up, and that is 13. This game did get a remake. Unfortunately, the remake really ruined it, I heard. The graphics were subpar and the gameplay was not that great, unfortunately. But yeah, I used to love playing the multiplayer on this. 16 parts, and we are done, ladies and gentlemen. The PlayStation 2 has a legacy that lives on in my collection, of course. And I don't think there's any other console that warrants the amount of collecting that I do for it, is because there's just so many games for the PlayStation 2, nearly 4,000 worldwide. And to have a full collection is damn near impossible. When I say a full collection, I mean a full collection that includes any games from Japan, the American ones, the PAL games. There are more PAL games than American games. American collections are pretty doable because there's only about 800, 900 games. But worldwide collection is, I don't know anyone that's got one. If you have a full worldwide collection or know someone that does, let me know in the comments below. If they have a YouTube channel or anything like that, let me know. I'd love to see. Again, the PlayStation 2 just has so much content. You know, it has everything from, you know, JRPGs, role-playing games, shooting games, shooters, shoot-em-ups, action, adventure, puzzle, racing, sports, educational, girl games. Everything is on the PS2. And you just can't go wrong with it, you know. It still holds up to this day. There are some amazing games out there. And this isn't the last you've seen of the PS2, because there will be more PS2 videos to come. Once the bookcase is completely sorted out and things are a little bit easier to go through, I will be doing a top 15 PS2 games. Well, my top 15 PS2 games. And how that's going to work is it's going to be games that I think warrant the price of a PS2, and in my opinion are games that are must-play games and games that I personally love and think are the best on the PlayStation 2. Now, of course, there will be games in there that you probably don't agree with, or games that you think should be in there, and that's fine. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And of course, there will be some missing on there that you probably think, why isn't this on there? And the answer is quite simple. I probably haven't played it, or wasn't my cup of tea. But anyway, if you enjoyed this series, let me know in the comments, of course, and leave a like. There will be more collections to come. We've got the Wii, we've got the Xbox 360, PS3. I probably won't do a PS4 one because I did one not too long ago. I'm going to play some more Just Cause 4 now. I don't think I'm going to beat this game. I'm going to do a video on the Just Cause series at some point and sort of explain why I don't beat these games. I'm just going to play for one more day on this. There probably will be a stream tonight of Overwatch if it works. The good news is I will be getting a better internet come Thursday, so hopefully come Thursday we shouldn't have any problem streaming or playing games. I really hope. If we still do, then I know it's my Xbox, and I might have to trade it in and maybe get a better one. I don't know. And as always, guys, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at the Mad Kygo. There will be a stream tonight, about 7:15. probably play Overwatch for a couple of hours. If we are having problems with Overwatch, we might play something else. I'll let you know in advance. And as always, guys, have a nice day and thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon. I might take a break from doing videos for a couple of days and come back fresh with the next collection. So take care and bye-bye.